Breaking news this noon. We are learning that 3 people were killed during a shooting at a business park in Edgewood, Maryland. And police say the suspected shooter, a man from Wilmington, Delaware, is on the loose at this hour. He was identified by police as 37-year-old Rady Prince. Police say he may be driving a 2000 black Chevy Acadia, like the car that you see on the screen. Now, the shooting took place at an industrial park just south of the I-95 interchange with Route 24. This is in Harford County, Maryland. Now, police say 5 people were shot and 3 are dead.
This does appear to be a target attack limited to that business. We do believe he is associated with that business. What that association is, that's still under investigation, but we believe he's associated with that business.
Police say the 5 people shot were employees of Advanced Granite Solutions, which is located in the Emerton Business Park. Buildings in that area of the industrial park and local schools were on lockdown. Of course, stay with us for more details on this developing and breaking news.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now, this video right here comes straight out of Maryland, and not for anything good, but basically we have a guy who basically has lost his job or end up getting fired, or he just don't work there no more. Depends on what exactly happened. Was it some beef or something started between him and some co-workers? But this guy decides to basically go back to the job and shoot the place up, where we have 3 people killed and 2 people wounded in a Maryland office park shooting. And this guy basically worked at a countertop manufacturing company, from what I've been reading. And as of today, so it's like an update also, but at the same time to inform the people what's going on. He was called earlier this morning, so it's like an update also. So I'm gonna read a snippet from the story and I will give my opinion as we go. Edgewood, Maryland. A man with a lengthy criminal past who was fired from a job earlier this year for punching a colleague showed up for work at a countertop company as scheduled on Wednesday and started shooting 5 of his co-workers, authorities said. 3 of them were killed and 2 critically wounded. So he showed up to work, basically ready to put in some work also. Less than 2 hours later, Rady Prince drove to a used car lot about 55 miles away in Wilmington, Delaware, and opened fire on a man with whom he had beefs in the past with. When wounding him, police said. So he basically didn't take no mess. I don't know if these people was just kept messing with him or threatening him or what have you, but he is the type of person that do not easily forget or forgive. The shooting rampage set off a manhunt along the Interstate 95 Northeast corridor. Police cruisers were stationed in medians and overhead highway signs displayed a description of Prince's sport utility vehicle and his Delaware license plate. The FBI assisted state and local authorities in the manhunt. This is a person with no conscience, Wilmington Police Chief Robert Tracy said. He's desperate right now, as he should be if he done just shot up the place, you know. Authorities said it wasn't clear why Prince opened fire with a handgun on his colleagues. Prince is a felon with 42 arrests in Delaware. Court records showed he had been fired from a Maryland job earlier this year after allegedly punching a co-worker and threatening other employees. He also faced charges of being a felon in possession of a gun, was habitually late paying his rent. The hell the rent got to do with him killing the people? God, dog. Let me read this again. He also faced charges of being a felon in possession of a gun, was habitually late paying his rent. I ain't never heard this in no murder case. Somebody rent payment come into play when you dealing with murders. Was repeatedly cited for traffic violations in order to undergo drug and alcohol counseling in recent years. The rampage began Wednesday about 9 a.m. at the Emerton Business Park in Edgewood. Harford County, Maryland Sheriff Jeffrey Gowler said deputies arrived in 4 minutes, but Prince had already fled, so he put it in about 2.5-3 minutes. He was out of there. Kevin Dahl of Thornhill Property said he was getting tools from his truck when he heard screaming and saw 3 men running from the office park. The men told him someone was shooting and asked if they had called 911. They said no, even though Dahl said they had phones in their hands. I think they were just scared. They didn't call 911. They had a look of terror, he said. And I don't blame them. You know, I'll be trying to get the hell up out of Dodge. The victims and the suspect worked for Advanced Granite Solutions, which designs and installs countertops. The company owner told the Associated Press Prince has been an employee for 4 months working as a machine operator. Owner Barack Kaba told AP in a brief telephone interview. Kaba was shaken and would not provide additional details. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, who spoke at an unrelated event, said authorities in helicopters and on the ground were searching for Prince, who may be driving a black 2008 GMC Acadia with the Delaware license tag P64273. The second shooting took place at the 28th Street Auto Sales and Service Shop in Wilmington, Delaware. The police chief wouldn't elaborate the history the victim and Prince had, other than to say this individual knew the people he wanted to shoot. So he had a pretty much a bucket list, if you want to call it, shit you do before you kick the bucket, because I guess he just took it upon himself that day to say the hell with this world, F the world, and he gonna go out and blaze of glory like in the movie Young Guns. The victim was shot in the vicinity of his head and once in the body, but was expected to survive, which is a miracle. Police chased Prince briefly after he left the used car lot, but they lost him and haven't seen or heard from him since, the chief said. Prince was fired from JPS Marble and Granite earlier this year and scared his previous employer so badly that he tried to get a restraining order in February. So this was a guy who pretty much, took everything to heart, did not play when it come to his job. I don't understand why a lot of people do that. Like, you heard the story of people going postal guys, and that comes from people working at the post office. Well, they would get fired from the post office and they would pretty much go in there and just shoot the whole place up instead of trying to, go find another job or just move on with their life. Some people, these jobs are their lives, which still doesn't give them the right to go kill somebody or hurt somebody or threaten somebody. Go find another job. It's just a damn job. What happened if the place shut down? What happened if the company go out of business? Okay. At one point, Prince's former boss, Philip Syson, said, he came to see me, cursed and yelled at me about unemployment benefits. I felt very threatened because he's a big guy and very aggressive on me. A Harford County District Court judge denied the order, saying the case didn't meet the required burden of proof. Investigators were treating the shootings as a case of workplace violence and didn't see ties to terrorism. It's not no terror. That's not no terrorist attack. That's personal beef, said Dave Fitz, a spokesman for the Baltimore FBI field office. Since November 2014, Prince has rented a 3-bedroom townhouse in Elkton, about 35 miles from the office complex, with his girlfriend, according to a Maryland property manager. Prince often paid his rent late. Now, I don't know why the hell they threw this up in there. I guess this is how they do it in Delaware. Y'all people from the Maryland area, the DMV, let me know if that's what they do over there. Because over here on the West Coast, they don't do all that. They don't sit up here and put your rent payments being late or you was late paying in your car. Know what the hell they got to do with a damn murder? They just really trying to just make him seem like he just unstable, unable to do a damn thing, Prince often paid his rent late, but was always polite and cooperative, said Heather Todd of Homes for Rent. The company filed 8 petitions for non-payment against the couple, but they always ended up paying, and the company never had to schedule an eviction. So let me ask you something. Let's think now. Okay, it's bad what he done, but why would you put that in there if he always caught the rent up and if he always paid it? What the hell use is putting that in there for? I mean, come on now. Some people so petty. Prince faced several gun charges in March 2015 in Cecil County, including being a felon in possession of a firearm and carrying a handgun in a vehicle. However, the charges were dropped about 3 months later. It's not clear why. Wilmington, Delaware police said Prince had 15 felony convictions there. In King County, Washington in 2014, he was cited for leaving the scene of an accident and driving with a suspended license. Court records also showed that he was required to undergo drug and alcohol counseling at the time. Prince racked up 4 traffic citations in King County in 2012 and 2013, mostly for speeding. Associated Press writers Denise LaValle in Richmond, Virginia, was the one who basically helped put that story together. But as of recently, he was called earlier, so that would be also the update. He was apprehended a short time ago in Delaware by ATF and allied law enforcement agencies. The Harford County Sheriff's Office in Maryland tweeted Wednesday last night. So they basically had already called him because he was on the run and whatnot. But my thing is right here, what was really going on inside this man's head for him to do that. Because number one, just because you have beef with somebody does not give you the right to kill that person. Unless somebody draw down and pull a gun in front of you and don't use it, then I can see you going to the next step, even though, you know, to each their own what you would do. But at the same time, unless somebody threaten your life and put you in imminent danger where you have to fend for yourself, there's no excuse to sit up here and go target people because you can't let certain situations go. And that's what we find ourselves getting in a lot of trouble and a lot of holes at. It seemed like this guy always was the type to hold on to anger. He was always the type of person to pretty much take everything to heart. Now, from looking at the picture, you could tell, you know, that he looked like a no nonsense type of guy. You can either be his best friend or his worst enemy. To me, it's like it's no gray area with this person. He either's gonna like you or he's gonna hate you, and you better hope he don't hate you, because he might just come see you. But anyway, let me know what you all think about this. And to you people taking these jobs so damn serious, man, it's just a damn job. That's not your life, you know. And that's just like these NBA, NFL players thinking that this game of basketball or football is life. But what you do when you retire, that's why a lot of them can't cope. You know, in the same way, well, a lot of people that work all them years and they die of a heart attack 2 or 3 months later, you know, because they just get conditioned and feel like this is what they're here to do, work at these places, and then they lose the jobs, whether it's a post office or going postal, they lose their damn mind. I don't understand that. Life goes on. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. But unless, like I said, someone threaten your life, threaten your children or your spouse or whoever, and with to kill them, you know, them type of words, I don't see no necessary need for violence like that. You know, you have to learn. We have to, as a people, learn to let things go. You know, let bygones be bygones. But anyway, chime in. Let me know what you all think about this video also. And did you think that the people was messing with him also, even though, you know, he did take it a step further? And that's what some people do. Some people just ain't to be messed with, you know. And, you know, I'm sad. I'm sorry those people that lost their lives also. And I guess more of the story would come out what really happened. But let me know what you all think. Make sure you hit that like on that video. If you like the video, subscribe. Till next time, stay blessed and watch your back at these jobs, especially if you're working in these mills and these plants. Because these jokers right here, they ain't taking no losses no more. The pickings are slim out here. It's hard to get a damn good, decent job. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Till next time, stay blessed. I'm out.